the Department of Defense releasing new details today on the latest round of coalition airstrikes against ISIS. 5 strikes were carried out in Syria and 12 in Iraq, including 3 near Ramadi, where Iraqi troops are locked against ISIS on the ground. Garrett Tenney has the latest. Hi, Garrett.
Elizabeth, those airstrikes have helped clear the way for Iraqi security forces who are slowly gaining ground in their latest effort to retake Ramadi. Iraq's military says this week its forces, with the backing of U.S. coalition airstrikes, have retaken much of the city and are now closing in on the last area that is still under control by ISIS, where about 100 Islamic State fighters are holding out in a former government compound. The latest round of airstrikes helped clear the way by destroying several ISIS vehicles, fighting positions, as well as several houses that the militants had rigged with explosives. Those kinds of bombs and booby traps have greatly slowed the advance of Iraqi forces this week and in the previous months. Ramadi is such a strategic location because of its close proximity to Baghdad, just about 60 miles away, and recapturing the city would be a huge victory for the coalition and for Iraqi forces, whom the U.S. has invested a lot of time training and equipping. Before taking off for Hawaii last week, President Obama said the U.S. continues to increase its support in the fight against ISIS.
ISIL's already lost about 40% of the populated areas it once controlled in Iraq, and it's losing territory in Syria. As we keep up the pressure, our air campaign will continue to hit ISIL harder than ever, taking out their leaders, their commanders, and their forces. We're stepping up our support for partners on the ground as they push ISIL back.
Iraq's prime minister has vowed that once Ramadi is retaken, Iraqi forces will then turn their focus to Mosul, Iraq's second largest city and the Islamic State's de facto capital in the country. U.S. officials have said that, though, will be a much more difficult task. Elizabeth?
Garrett Tenney reporting live. Garrett, thank you.
You got it.